Waistcoats come in different designs and styles. There are also hundreds of more fabric manipulations that produce beautiful looks. Today, I would want us to learn how to sew this unique open waistcoat made with Canadian smocking before it gets trendy. If this is something you'd love to learn, do stick and stay, and let's do it together. And so we draw this line to serve as our starting line. Then we mark 5 centimeters, not inches, 5 centimeters. Then we mark 8 centimeters. We would also add another 5 centimeters to it. Please remember, it's not in inches, it is in centimeters. Then, this being our center, we would also mark 5 centimeter intervals. And so it is to the right and also to the left of the center. Then we mark the corresponding 5 inches interval on the top. And we join them to create boxes. And so it's going to be 5 by 5 centimeter boxes. The middle one will be 8 by 5 centimeters, and then the down one will be 5 by 5. What you do is that we mark the center. This should be an odd number. And so we've marked the center, we leave one space, we mark the next, as you see me do. Then we stitch just as you're seeing, to the left, to the down part, to the right, and then to the top part. Then we create a knot. Tight, and then we cut our thread. Stitching at the top here with our hand, just the direction as you see it. And so we're just going to replicate this on all the boxes that we had ticked. I did this with a small piece just to demonstrate how the smocking is done. And so it's just a repetition of this throughout. So this is how the Canadian smocking is done. This is one way of doing it. There are several other ways of doing other forms or varieties of the Canadian smocking. In case this is your first time, I would urge you to subscribe to this channel. There are lots of sewing tutorials that we have on this channel that you can also benefit from. We're going to repeat this throughout till the whole set of boxes that you had ticked are sewn as you see it. You make sure that you push the excess fabrics beneath. You push them all to the wrong side. This is actually going to be the wrong side. Now we would iron them flat because we want to create pleats. And so just as you see, we're doing this throughout. You fold it over, then you iron to create your pleat. And so we do this. When we turn, this is what we get. And so that's going to be our good side. This is the wrong side. Turning them all to the good side, this is what you see. It is very beautiful. You know, the fabric was flat, but then after doing this, see how nice it looks. So we're continuing with the pleat. You just lay it flat after, creating these lines as you see them. Then you iron. We iron them down, to create the pleat. You're done with one, you move to the next, then to the next, till we are done with them all. If you have a clapper, it comes in handy because it makes the pleats lie flat right after ironing. By placing the clapper on it, as you see, it makes it lie very flat. So continue with the process till we are done creating all the pleats. Now to the lining, we'll mark your chest measurement divided by 2. Because this is going to be an overcoat, you leave a bit of space in there. Then we join it. No seam allowance is added actually. And then we create our shoulder slope, our neck width of 3.5 inches. Then we join. This is our round arm divided by 2. We've marked it here. But then remember to add an ease. This is the whole length of the overcoat. Then we do our neck depth of 1 inch. We create our neck hole. Because we want to make it sleeveless, we're coming inward by 1.5 inches. Then we create our armhole with the help of a curve. Now we'll go ahead and cut this off. You can see that there is some excess at where I'm cutting right now. And that is because the fabric, as I folded it, wasn't big enough. And so it's not getting to our neck exactly. But then we trim off the shoulder, the armhole, and then the neckline. We'll cut them all off. When we turn it, you see exactly what I meant. So this is what I mean. When we fold this over, it doesn't get to where the neck width was. I want to stiffen the fabric itself. And so this is the wrong side. I'm applying a violin, heating it up so that it stiffens the fabric itself. At this part too, the middle part of our Canadian smock, I'm laying them flat and then also ironing them. This is the good side when turned. Cutting off the edge, that is where the hem would be. We mark and cut it off. Then we place the lining that we had just cut onto it, and then we trim it so that the two sizes become the same. Now we'll go ahead and stitch all the sides. And so we stitch the armhole, then we stick this very armhole too. We stick the center, front, the side. We only leave the bottom unstitched, and then the shoulders, both the front and the back shoulders, we'll leave them unstitched. Then we fish out the front shoulder as you see it here. Then we'll pull it to the good side out. This, as you see, we insert it into the back shoulder where the shoulders are rather going to meet, and not on the neck side, but then at the shoulder side. Right, and so like this, we'll pin, we'll go ahead and stitch. We'll do the same for the other shoulder as well. Where I've just marked is where the front shoulder ends. And so it means our back neck hole, we need to widen it a bit. And so we'll stitch from this side through to the other side where I've just marked. And we'll finish off the shoulder. Then we turn it good side out after creating our notches and then ironing it. And we are done with this process. It's very, very easy. After that, we hem the edge where we have created a hole to be able to fish out our garments neatly done. As you can see, this is the other side of the Canadian smock. So the front, it gives you one image. At the back, it gives you this very beautiful image as you see here. Thank you so much for staying tuned till the end.